Hello, myself Sunil Ramkrishnan. Basically, today we are going to discuss the 42 number part of the Formula One. In last, basically 41 part, basically we have discussed about the First World War, Second World War, and the data which is getting passed, and according to that, differ happen. Basically, differ means balance sheet differ. Basically, of you can say software energy which is getting passed, and the blood cells which is getting generated, and the text box area which is created 1,000 cities. So each and every and the cost basically you can say which get has spent to the for that creation and the income basically. So like this basically four to five basically aspects are there, and like this basically each and every gets differ basically. The differ reason is this only which we have all just now discussed basically. So now basically we are talking about the cyber security. So cyber security, how basically they exist, because cyber security says that whatever data which is getting passed, according to that only we can create the cyber security. Whether we, for example, I will take one example of the best of the cyber security. Cyber security says that whatever data we are getting passed, according to that basically we are creating the security, and according to that basically we are creating the law, we are creating the punishment, we are getting each and everything basically whatever. For example, if you see any model image, bikini image, then basically set of negative energy as getting passed. So basically, you can pass positive energy also. It's not that you always have to pass the negative energy, but it's basically India. Basically, India says that we have created the law and rules. According to that only we are passing the data. So now basically that is a different thing. Basically here basically we are taking the differ basically what are the differ basically which has happened, and that is basically always going to keep some happen basically. That's why basically the corona disease which is getting spread, that is not getting solved basically, because there are lots of differs coming basically. Each and every area you are creating the medicine, then basically again differ happen, because you are not taking the perfect data basically, and you don't have the perfect data also, because the creation has already happened. The 1,000 cities has already created. For that basically you have to modify the cities basically. For that basically you should know basically which city is, and like for that only basically lots of Microsoft corporation is telling that we have created lots of Facebook, we have created Instagram, we have created Twitter basically, because the government is not telling us the exact data basically what are those 1,000 cities. So basically it's a conflict basically you can say, and lots of conflict is happening. And like this basically this story which I have already told just now, that basically contains in the cyber security basically. Why? Because cyber security is telling that we know that World War II data has not taken, because cyber security has created after entire creation has happened. So basically cyber security group says that we know that the data which 1,000 city contains, that has not taken the World War II and World War One data. So like this basically world over, but the satellite says that we have taken each and every data, and according to that basically we are passing the data. That differs comes because we have not created the entire things basically. Like that basically, if we create the for World War One and World War Two data in cyber security, then it will mostly basically will not match the balance sheet only basically. So for that basically whatever data the creation groups are giving us, for example iron industry has creation has happened. So iron industry has basically created the one algorithm. According to that algorithm, which is basically that is basically plus minus of the income, plus minus of the profit, expenses happen, each and everything is going to generate from the iron. What are the things going to generate from the iron, what are the energies going to generate from the iron, what are the positive negative energies going to generate it from the iron basically. So according to each and every algorithm which is created by the iron industry, each and every industries have created their algorithm. That is very steel industry, plastic industry, copper industry, gold industry, diamond industry, then water industry, food industry. They each and every groups have created their industry basically, their algorithm basically. So according to that algorithm which is getting passed from the each and every industry, according to that only cyber groups is telling that we have created the things basically, we have created our own algorithm according to the algorithm which is given by the set of groups basically. So according to that only we can create the algorithm, because we can't create our own algorithm, because we are um, doing the cyber security, cyber tracking, cyber basically we can say high courts basically groups has created, so high court, cyber supreme courts has created. Like this basically we have created lots of things basically, but that basically we have created, we have created according to, we have created dynamically. but the data which is getting passed, that basically says that that algorithm does not exist the certain data. So according to that, basically we can't create our own own creation also, because the entire creation has happened. For example, text box equal to thousand cities has creation has already happened. So according to that creation only, we have created our entire basically algorithm of the cyber security. And if that they get changed, then basically we have to change the each and every. For example, in thousand cities, basically lots of changes are changing is happening basically, because they says that we are not added the first world war, second world war, but the World Bank is telling that we are getting the data of first world war and world war. Then basically we have to pass, we can't filter the data. Basically if we are filtering the data, then basically the satellite group says that it might create problem to your World Bank energy data also. So basically each and everything we have to pass basically. So whatever data basically that is getting passed, that is according to the data which is getting passed from the satellites. And then basically according to the satellites, that is basically nature, basically natural items with natural energy basically. So that basically is going to pass. So but the differ happens, so for that differ basically we can't do anything. So basically here basically cyber security says that whatever algorithm we have created of the cyber cell, of the high court, of the supreme court, each and every departments have created their own algorithm, and according to the algorithm the rules and regulation has created, and according to the rules and regulation the things basically which is going to be happen, that has created. So each and everything which we have created, that is basically cyber security group have created this. Basically is basically, if you want to know a little bit more basically, then basically you can refer to the website basically, but there basically it's a totally technical word. But the real word which they actually want to say, that they have not directly told. But whatever things I am telling it, that is basically by default a cyber cell groups only basically which they are doing. So basically they are told that we have created our own algorithm in practically life. Basically whatever I am telling, that is only basically getting used basically the real life, basically the examples basically you can say. So basically here basically I am telling that the cyber security cells basically says that we have created a one own algorithm. Basically algorithm means basically one system only, and the system basically that is basically set of data, and that set of data is equal to the set of algorithm basically. So basically entire system is created on the base of certain algorithm basically. So algorithm basically I have just taken as an example. It can be some design also basically. For example, iron industry says that if we are deploying our iron in the certain areas, then basically which are the blood groups going to affect, which are the buildings going to affect, how basically season is going to handle that iron cells, how basically it's going to be temperature of the that area basically, because we have passed our iron in that industry in that area. So basically each and every algorithm basically thinks this all thing which I have told, that basically contains. So according to that algorithm which is given by the iron industry, according to that only the cyber security group says that we have created we have created the cyber cell security groups, and then each and every algorithm according to the iron industry which have they have passed the data basically. So according to that only we can create, but we have to create our own algorithm, because that for that basically we have created our own each and every stuff basically. But the main data which is getting passed from the in certain industry, that only we have taken. So like this, basically we have taken our each and every industry's data. Each and every industry have created. Then, for example, cyber software industry is there. Software industry have created their own algorithm. For example, thousand cities equal to text box, like this combo box are there. Check boxes are there. Each and every controls are there basically. So according to that only basically each and every physical areas are created, and according to that physical area which is created, that basically physical area contains certain rules and regulation. According to that the basically each and every objects are going to pass the data, and according to the past data that certain process happens, and according to that only the basically the data gets created and the process happens, as each and every human needs are getting created. And then basically that human needs are basically observed consumed by the human basically, and according to that the negative and positive energy gets generated from the human body basically you can say. So this is basically algo cyber cell security group says that whatever data basically which they have passed, according to that only we have to do the process basically. We can't take our own data, we can't create the data basically. We know basically first world war has happened, second world war has happened, but basically the city in city creation that has not taken. So just basically example I am taking, but it might have also taken basically, and it might not have taken also. That might also possible basically. So like this basically, the data says that we have not passed this data. So whatever data you are going to pass, that is basically algorithm. That only algorithm, according to the algorithm which you have asked, you software, you category groups you have asked, you sector you have the sector group who have passed the data to the cyber cell. So cyber cell basically need the base data, right? According to the base data only they have created their algorithm. So basically it's like that basically. So each and every algorithm which is getting passed by the set of industries, set of groups, set of categories, according to that only basically cyber cell is telling that we have created our rules and regulation. According to that only we basically know that text box equal to thousand cities, combo box equal to thousand cities. So we know basically each and everything basically that we have that the creation has like this basically, because the algorithm says that you have taken each and everything basically, you have taken each and every incident. Because if you are creating any cities, then basically that city is getting data basically according to the whatever creation they want basically. For example, one city says that we want to create we want to go into the combo box group. So basically combo box group says that we are only just creating the oils basically, oils and petrols. So basically, according to that, basically the creation has happened. So basically, the city invest the whatever banks basically do the investment in that city. Basically, they will directly tell that this is the software industry. They are going to basically invest the money. So they have invested the money. That is basically into the combo box. They are going to invest the money, and they are going to generate oil and petrols basically. So if we want to do the investment, we can basically place our data into this basically. So basically for that basically mutual fund is created, according to that many products are created. So basically public should know basically, if you are creating, if you are purchasing any mutual fund, if you are purchasing any products, so basically where the money is going to, banks are going to invest where your money basically. For example, they have taken some 1 lakh crore mutual fund data basically collected by the software companies basically. So software company group says that we want to create a little bit more about the combo box. So basically combo box group says that we are going to create oil and petrols from this combo box data. So like this, basically the 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh crore rupees had taken as an investment, and that is going to basically invested in the city basically, and the city is going to create the combo box. If you want to do the investment, then only so like this, basically 1 lakh crore has been taken as an mutual fund investment, and then basically that amount has been invested in that city, and like this basically the combo box creation has happened, and like this the combo box creation has happened one with the help of the 1 lakh crore rupees. So basically cyber security group says that we know basically that 1 lakh rupees has been added in that city, because up to that level we have to track basically, up to like that level basically we have to do the certain plans also basically. If they creates everything, then basically we are not doing anything, then basically how, because they have created the combo box, it's not in 1 or 2 days na? So according to that creation we have to be always ready basically. So for that basically we have to according to their algorithm basically we also have to be we have also have to prepare our algorithm. So each and every things are there basically. So like this basically we are stopping here. This is basically 41th, 42 number part basically, that is basically connected with the formula word and the formula attributes basically which has added. And this is basically little bit about the cyber security groups also basically, and how the cyber security groups has taken each and every algorithm, and each and every algorithm they have created.